Welcome back, dear students. In today's video I am going to discuss some of the programs based on module 4 which we have discussed. Basically I am going to discuss programs on classes and objects, classes and functions, classes and methods. Let's start with the first program. So this is the statement of the program. Write a function called a distance. Write a function called a distance between points that takes 2 points as arguments and returns a distance between them. Dear students, recall that we should create, to write this particular function, we should create a class called point, where we are supposed to create 2 points and find the distance between them. So let us start writing the code in a Linux terminal. I am going to call the name of the program file as program1.py. So this is the program we are supposed to write. Program to create a point class in Python and find a distance between them. Okay, so to find the distance between 2 points, we need to use we are going to use a formula where distance is equal to under square root. So if point p1 is x1 y1, if point p2 is x2 y2, so we can find the distance which is given by a formula. Distance is equal to under square root x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. Using that formula we are going to write this program. Say because there is a square root, I am going to use a math module here. Before we start writing, say import the math module, and this is a class definition. So this is going to create a point class and it has attributes x and y coordinates. Okay, and this is a function to print the point object. Define print underscore point, which is the name of the function, and it takes a point object. So it will going to print the coordinates of the points. So with this I am going to write a function to find distance between 2 points. So let us write a function to find the distance between 2 points. Okay, so now here to find the distance, so what we do is let us first define a function called distance between points. So obviously, say because we should find the distance between the points, it is going to take 2 point objects. One I'll name it as p1 and another as p2. So here give the proper indentation. Say I'll take a one variable called dist, which will be so math.sqrt is a function, a method available in a math module, say which it will going to take, say here p2.x minus p1.x to this square it, this is square, and plus of one more is p1 p2 dot y minus p1 dot y square it, and this everything is under square root, right? So find the distance and return this, return dist. Okay, so here we'll write a driving code or a starting code. So driving code or starting code. So where I am going to create a point p1 is equal to, say using a class name we can create a point, and one more is p2 is equal to, so let us initialize this p1 and p2. p1 dot x is equal to, say for example 4, p1 dot y is equal to, say 6. Then similarly p2 dot x is equal to 12, and p2 dot y is equal to, say 5. Now to find the distance we are going to write, so we can print even points also. I will print a point, print, I will call a function called here. Before that, so I will write print point p1 is, say this I am going to take inside the string, and I don't want to have new line, and here I call print underscore point and print p1, and similarly here, so I am going to print p2, and this is p2, right? So here I am going to call a distance. Okay, say print distance between p1 and p2 is percent, let me write it as 0.2f. After decimal point I want to have only 2 digits, and here percent, let me call that function directly here, say it is distance underscore between underscore points, say supply p1 and p2 as arguments, right? So very simple, dear students. This is the class definition, this is a function to print point object, so this is the function to find the distance between 2 points, and this is a simple driving code. Okay, let me execute this program by using Python 3 interpreter. Python 3 program 1, unexpected end of line, line number 31. Yes, here now it is okay. Right, look at this, point p1 is 4,6 and point p2 is 12,5, and distance between p1 and p2 is 8.06, which even you can verify later, right? So with this, so this is the program, so the complete program which will find the distance between 2 points. So with this we'll move on to program 2. Write a function named move rectangle that takes a rectangle and 2 numbers named dx and dy. It should change the location of rectangle by adding dx to x coordinate of the corner and adding dy to y coordinate of the corner. Dear students, remember, if at all we want to move a rectangle, we should move the total rectangle, means a corner. There are 2 programs, one which we earlier discussed, say is growing a rectangle. So in case of growing rectangle, we don't change the corner, instead that dx component will be added to, say, width, and dy component will be added to height of the rectangle. So whereas this is a move rectangle program where dx will be added to x coordinate of the corner and dy will be added to y coordinate of the corner, so that the rectangle is going to shift or move instead of growing. Okay, so let us write this program. So here I'm going to name a program file as program2.py. So this is a starting script which already I have written. So here this is Python program to move rectangle using modifier function. Okay, means here he has not told anything about the which type of function. Say I'm going to use a modifier function. Say class definition, modifier function is the one which will going to modify the object that it will receive as a argument. Okay, so this is a class definition of a rectangle which will be having a 3 attributes: width, height and corner. Corner is once again a object of type point. So this is a class point which includes the point means a class definition of a point which includes x and y coordinates. Okay, so this is a function to print a point. Now here I am going to write a program that will going to print means move the rectangle. Okay, so let me write a first function to move rectangle. Okay, basically it will be a modifier function. Say this function I'll name the function as move underscore rect. Okay, simple, otherwise rectangle, no problem. Say move rectangle. Say it will going to take a one rectangle and one dx and another dy, 3 arguments. Okay, so these 3 are the parameters. Now here rect dot corner, because every rectangle will be having a corner. Say if at all say you want to first define a rectangle, even that can be done. Like here box is equal to, first we'll do that. Say here I am writing a driving code or starting code or driving code. Box is equal to, say I'm going to create a new rectangle. Okay, so later say box dot width is equal to, so let me specify some width 100.0 or 100 just. Okay, say box dot height is equal to say 200, and now corner, box dot corner. This is the way we are defining a rectangle. Say corner, it is a point object. It's a point object. Obviously we should, point object has got 2 attributes. We should initialize both the attributes. Box dot corner dot x is equal to, say one corner, say I'll initialize to 0 0 and means at origin I'll initialize. Okay, another one box dot corner dot y, say this also I'll initialize to 0 0. Okay, so this is the starting code. So here even I'll write print before moving rectangle. So I'll print the corner point, corner point is at, say it is at here, end is equal to, and let me print that, print underscore point here corner point. Okay, and say here so later I'll complete this code. First this much only I'll execute and show you. Look at this, Python 3. Before moving the rectangle, corner point is at just a minute, corner. this is box dot corner. Okay, it's a box dot corner because it's a attribute of a box, right? It is at 0 0. Now I am going to write this function which will going to move. Say here it has received a rectangle and dx dy. Say here say rect dot corner plus is equal to dx. Similarly rect dot corner plus is equal to dy. Okay, so very simple. So this is nothing but a plus is equal to b, which is nothing but a is equal to a plus b. Okay, so we are adding dx to corner dot x, say here to x coordinate and dy to y coordinate, right? So let us print here. So now after moving, instead of before I'll write it as after moving rectangle, corner point is at, so once again I'll print same box dot corner. So let me execute now. So look at this, it is same thing because we have not our dx and dy, we have not given any dx and dy. Okay, so just how we have called, so we have called, so we have not at all still called the function. We should call the function which is move underscore rectangle. So this is a function which will take a box parameter and dx and dy has to be specified. So I'll write dx is equal to 5 and dy is equal to, say for example, 6. Now let us see. Look at this. Okay, the corner point, say instead of 0 0 it is at 5,6, right? So this is a move rectangle function. Okay, so this is a modifier because we have not returned anything here. Okay, say remember one thing, dear students, here the name of the argument is rect and here parameter is rect. Here the name of the argument is box. Okay, say here box. Okay, box will be mapped to, means a rect will be an alias to a box. Okay, so rect will be a alias to a box. It will not create a one more rectangle object here. Instead of, it will make an alias to a box. Because of that, whatever we change in rect, that will be reflected in a box, right? So I hope this is clear to all of you. So with this we'll move on to next program, say which is program 3. So write a same a version of a move rectangle that creates and returns a new rectangle instead of modifying the old one. Means basically is asking us to write a pure function. Okay, so that's what I was telling while writing a previous program. I told that it's a modifier because that function as modified, it has not created. Instead of that, it has modified the argument. Okay, same program I am going to copy it to write the program 3, right? Okay, now here I am going to change it. So instead of a modifier function to move rectangle using pure function, I'll write it as a pure function, and this is using not modifier function, using pure function. Okay, means it should not modify. So that means what we should do, say we should create a new rectangle. Say I'll write new rectangle is equal to, so let us create a new rectangle here, right? And now instead of, say we need to copy this, say I use a I am going to import a module called import copy. Okay, say directly I am going to copy. Say here, say what I do, instead of creating this, I am going to use copy dot copy dot deep copy. Say we should use deep copy, because if I just use copy, it will be a shallow copy, which it will not say going to copy the corner points. Okay, because of that, so I am going to use a deep copy function, deep copy and rect. It will going to now create a new rectangle whose name is new underscore r. Now say whatever I want to change, I'll change with this. This is new underscore r, corner dot x is this, and this is new underscore r, corner dot y is equal to this, and later let me return this object. Return new underscore r. Say here, as usual, okay, what I do, say this box dot corners, I will change it to say 5, comma, say for example 5. Okay, say now here, before moving the rectangle, say it will going to print the corner point, and later after moving the rectangle, say it will going to return a object. So this object I'll write it as new r, say new rect, right? So this, okay, sorry, here we are moving here, say here I write it as new rect. It is going to return, and I'm going to print the corner point of this new rect here. Okay, hope this is clear to all of you. So I'm, instead of modifying the rect itself, I have copied it to a new object, rectangle object. Okay, and later I am modifying it and returning that rectangle object. So that I have stored here, and here also, so I am calling with a dx5 and dy6. Let me execute this program. Python 3. So look at this, before moving the rectangle, the corner point is at 5, 5. So after moving the rectangle, the corner point is 10, 11. But it has created, it has not moved, it has created a moved version of a new rectangle. Okay, the earlier say corner point will be there itself. If at all you want, so even after moving the rectangle, so I am going to print that also. Like here, say what I do, say I am going to print box corner also. So the last one will be for box corner. It will be still the original point. Now look at this. So this is 5, 5 only. Say which is a box corner. This is a box corner. Whereas this is a corner of a new rectangle that we have created. Okay. So right. So I hope this is clear to all of you. With this, I'll proceed further to next program. Okay. Say this is program number 4. Say program number 4 is write a pure version of, okay, before that, say here this is a program 4, sorry, say I think twice, this is a program 2, then this is a program 3, write a move version of rectangle, modifying, right, and later program 4, write a pure version of an increment that creates and returns a new time object, same as the previous one. Say here we are supposed to write a pure version of an increment function that creates a new time object rather than modifying the parameter. Means increment function, say we have already seen this function. Okay, say I'll just show this program directly to you because it is same as the previous one. Vi say here increment time pure function. This is a pure function, same as previous. This is the import copy, because we are going to use a copy function, and means copy module. This is the definition of a time, which has got attributes hour, minute and second, and this is a function to print the time. Already we are familiar with this function, and this is a pure function. Okay, so pure function means obviously I should copy, say copy, but remember here I am using a just copy function, not a deep copy, because in case of time we are not using any other objects inside it. Okay, all are say normal attributes only, say which are not objects. Okay, because of that I have used just a copy function here. Okay, so means copy method of this module. So very simple here. So first if you look at the driving code, so this is a time which will going to create a new time objects, and the time is say initialized to 8 hours 59 minutes and 30 seconds. Given time, it will going to print the given time, and later I am asking a user to enter a number of seconds. Once the user is going to enter the number of seconds, I am going to print the incremented time. So here I have called that incremented time, and which I am going to print it. Okay, so increment time function, increment here is here, which it will going to take a time object and one more number of seconds. So where it will going to create a copy of a new object, which is a new underscore t, and to this number of seconds will be added, and later, so this is a normal function. While number of seconds is greater than or equal to 60, then subtract 60 from number of seconds and add say 1 to a minute, and if number of minutes is greater than or equal to 60, subtract 60 from a minute and add 1 to a hour. So this already you know. Later at the end return new time. So a modified version of a means this increment function. While discussing a module, we have seen an increment function, which is a modifier version, whereas this is a pure version, pure function. Let me execute this. Enter number of seconds. If I write say for example 35 seconds, it is 9 hours 0 minutes and 35 seconds. Even we can enter anything like say 6037. In that case it should become 10 hours 40 minutes as per this and 39 seconds. Okay, so hope this is clear to all of you. With this I'll proceed further to next program. So which is program number 5. Write an init method for a point class that takes x and y as optional parameter and assigns them to the corresponding attributes. Also write a str method for the point class to print point object. Okay, so what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to write init method. Remember dear students, this init method, the actual name of init method is double underscore init double underscore. So basically this method is used to say, dear students, look at this, it is a method. We are supposed to write a method, not a function. Okay, and this method basically used to initialize the attributes of an class, so whenever the attribute is created. Okay, and str, basically this method is used to get the printable version, nothing but a string version of a object. Okay, so we'll write both the methods here. So here the name of the program here is, so this is point underscore init strs. So this is the total program which already have written. I hope so you will understand this if I directly explain. Dear students, this is a class point. Okay, so here this class will going to create a point object, and which has got x and y coordinates, right? So this is the init method, and you know how we are going to write the init method. So this is definition double underscore init double underscore, and because the init method is going to take a one object, so it will going to print, so it will going to initialize the parameters to that object, whichever the parameters it will get, it will initialize. Here x and y are the parameters, okay, which are coordinates of a point, right? So here self dot x is equal to x and self dot y is equal to y. So this is a print method which it will going to print. So it will going to return the object that will be of a string version, like a %d, this object it will going to return self.x and self.y. Okay, so driving code, this is p is equal to point. Look at, dear students, we have not called any, so we have not initialized, just I am going to create directly point 20 and -10. So obviously by default, say automatically it will going to call the init method. Okay, and what it does, it will going to initialize this 20 to x and -10 to y. Here that will be, say self.x will be say 20 and self.y will be -10. So when we print p, look at this, we have not written print underscore point function, which our method which we had written earlier. Directly I am using a print function to print the object. So p will be supplied to this and it will going to return a printable version, and that will be printed here. Okay, so if I execute this, so this is 20 and -10, which is the output of this print p. Right, so I hope this is clear to you. With this, so I'll move on to the next program, that is program 6. Write an add method for a point class that will add 2 point objects. Say, dear students, this is a add method. Okay, so means you know the difference between function and a method. So method will be called on using a dot operator of a with object, means so object name dot function name. Okay, so this is the right, so means we are supposed to add we are supposed to write a add method which will going to add 2 points. No problem, say we'll write it. Say very simple, say what I do, I'm going to copy this. This is copy, and program name is here, means program number is, I think it's 6. Yes, it is program 6.py. Right, so I'm going to modify this program 6.1 only, means earlier program. So these two will be there as it is. One is to initialize and another one is to print the point object. Here I am going to write one more method. So this method to add 2 point objects or 2 points objects. Right, so let me write that method now. This method, the definition, the name of the method, I'll write it as add underscore points. Okay, so if at all, see I'll show the two version of this code. First I'll write a add method, like define add underscore method points. Okay, and it will take 2 points, one is p1 and another, say I'll call first as a self and another as other. Okay, say self comma other, means p1 instead of p1 and p2 I have say called one as a self and another as a other. Okay, so here, so it should return a sum of 2 points. Because of that, what I am going to do is I am going to create a one new point called sum point, say which will be a, say this is a point object. I'm going to create a new point object whose name is sum underscore p. Now sum underscore p dot x is equal to sum underscore p dot x is equal to, this is self dot x plus of other dot x. Similarly, sum underscore p dot y is equal to self dot y plus of other dot y. Right, and later return this sum, return sum underscore p. Right, so now here, say I'm going to create a one point as this. Okay, and another point I'm going to create so which will be p2, and let me initialize this with, so this is 10 and this is for example 30, and this is print 0.1, this is going to print 0.2, and now I am going to call a method. Look at this, I can call, so a plus b is equal to b plus a, no problem. So because both are point objects, I can call here, it is going to return a sum point, sum p is equal to, so I am going to write here, I am going to call p1 dot add underscore points, and p2 will be supplied as argument, and later I use print sum of p. Okay, so the first one will be first point, second will be second one, and third one will be sum of this. Look at dear students here, so either you can call it as a p1 dot add points and supply p2 as argument, otherwise even you can do it p2 dot add points and supply p1 as argument, because both are point objects, a plus b will be equal to say b plus a only in this case. Okay, let me execute this program. So this is 10 minus 20 minus 10, 30, 10, 30. So if you add, this is 30 and this is 20. 30 minus 20, 30 and 20 will be summation. So instead of one more, what I told is, even you can do like this also. Okay, right. So here, so same answer is there. The meaning of this is, we are calling a addition on point 2, means here self will be p2 and this will be other will be p1. In previous case self will be p1 and other will be p2. Okay, it will going to create a new point and that will be returned, and here so the returned object is assigned to this sum p and that will be printed. Okay, this is one way, and another one is we can use a overloaded function, means operator overloading concept to overload the method. Say instead of writing a add points function, I am going to say write a method called add, which is used to say double underscore add and double underscore. So this will going to overload plus operator. It will going to overload plus operator, and here instead of calling like this, we can directly call like p1 plus p2. So very simple, because this will going to overload double underscore add double underscore will going to overload a plus operator. Now say if I am going to execute this, still we are going to get the same result. So here in this case, one thing is it will going to add 2 points, apart from that using a method, and important thing is it will going to make use of operator overloading using double underscore add, means this is a method to overload the plus operator. Remember dear students, for every operator in Python, say there is one overloaded method, say which I am going to, that list I am going to supply later. Okay, so I'll otherwise in a link I am going to give a link in a description. You can use that description where say I am going to supply all the say methods, means all the operators which are overloaded. Okay, and the name of those overloaded methods. Hope this is clear to all of you. So with this I'll proceed further to next program. So this is program 7. So write add method for point that works with either a point object or tuple. If the second operand is a point, the method should return a new point whose x coordinate is sum of x coordinate of the operand and likewise y coordinate. If the second operand is tuple, then it should add first element to the x and second element to the y coordinate. So dear students, it's very simple. So in previous program we have discussed a add method which was adding 2 point objects, whereas here we are supposed to write a add method which will going to add either 2 point objects, or say which will going to add a point object and some number of seconds, which is nothing but an increment method. Okay, so this is very simple program, say which I have already written, and what I do, instead of typing this, I am going to explain that written program itself directly. Okay, say here the program name is it is add point underscore it is dispatch, because it is based on the dispatch concept. Okay, this is the total program. So already much more things you know. So this is a definition of a point class, this is a init method, this is a str method to print, say init method to initialize attributes, and this is a add method. So look at, dear students, here what we have done is, say the add, say this before that, so I will show you here. Add point is similar to which we had discussed earlier. This add method to add 2 points. The name of this method is add underscore point, which it will going to take 2 point objects, and it has created a new point called sum underscore p, and both the sum underscore p will be having a sum of 2 points, one is self and another one is other. Okay, and whereas this is an increment function, say which it will going to take, say one object of type point and another one is a tuple. Here in this case, sum underscore p, same as this, it will going to we are going to create a new point object. Say here, instead of writing like this, what we have done, sum underscore p dot x is equal to self dot x plus of tuple of 0. Here instead of the second object is not a point object, instead it is a tuple. Because of that, here tuple of 0, and with y it is a tuple of 1, and same as this return p. Say look at this, this is driving code. P1 is this, P2 is this. Okay, we can write a P1 plus P2, whereas here, say look at this, these two are point objects, whereas in this case P3 is point object, whereas P4 is not point object, it is a tuple, and we are going to write say P3 and P4. But before that, this is a add method. Okay, so this is going to call, say in a add method, say it's a method to overload a plus operator, say which it will going to take 2 objects, one is self and another one is other. Here we are going to test whether this other is a point object or not. For that purpose, we are going to use a function called isInstance. If other is an instance of point, then call add point object. Okay, add point method. Otherwise, if other is not point object, then obviously it is going to call a increment method. Okay, say based on, say the other, either it is going to call add method or increment method. Okay, say I hope this is clear to you, and remember, dear students, this is not a point, P4 is not a point object, it is a, instead of that, it is a tuple. So let me execute this with Python 3 interpreter. So the first one is P1 plus P2 and the second one is P3 plus P4. So this is 30-30, second one, and first one is 30-10. So you can see here. So this is 30-10, yes, right? This is 30-30, yes, it is 30-30. Hope this is clear to all of you. Okay, so if still, say in this, if you have any doubts, you can always ask me and clarify your doubts. So what I do, so with this I am going to finish the discussion of programs here. If at all you want me to discuss some more programs, you let me know, so that I am going to discuss some more programs in next class. So with this I will stop. Thank you for watching.